My geez, I go through seasons, or almost sometimes every week is different. One week I might be, um, you know, doing mastering the whole week. Then the next week I might be doing one-on-one teaching the whole week. The week after that I might just be doing full-on sound design every day. This week I'm doing producing my own tracks, which is great because I haven't always got the time or motivation to make my own music like every single week. But this week I've been very productive with making a new song, and I was thinking about how I'm actually working in a productive way, and I think that everyone is actually different. Well, of course they are. Everyone's different on how they are most productive or effective. But I wanted to share how I naturally produce and compose a track. When I've got let's say I've got a whole day off just to myself, just to make music. What I'll do is I'll typically work in bursts, and a key part of actually the composing process for me, I've noticed more and more as I've got older, is the meditation part to it, or the stillness part to it. And this is not saying that you have to go and buy a yoga mat and sit down and strike some kind of large crystal bowl and be in some weird position and get in touch with the universe. That's not exactly what I mean. What I mean is having those breaks while you're producing to just be still and not do anything, and that's actually when I often come up with the next idea for the track and have the next breakthrough. Is once I've finished, I'll do a burst of production for an hour or so, and then I feel like my creativity starts to stoop down a bit and sort of decrease, and before it drops off too much that I become demotivated, I'll stop producing. I'll come away. I might go straight to do meditating and thinking about what needs to happen next, but more often than not I'll go and have some food, have a cup of tea, go to the gym, go for a walk, run an errand, or do something else so that I can actually have a couple of hours away from the song. So let's say I've got one whole day to work on the song. Maybe I'll have four or five bursts on it throughout the day, an hour here, an hour there, a few during the day, because then it won't, I'll make sure that every time I'm working on it, my creativity and my enjoyment is still high, and I don't rinse all of my enjoyment and creative power. But yeah, the times when I often come up with the next best idea will be if I'm just having 10 minutes to meditate, or just to be still, lying down or something as well, just taking it easy for 10-15 minutes, just having a little, not like a nap, but just resting, resting and not doing anything. And I'll find myself thinking about the song, and then I'll more often than not, without forcing it, I'm not lying there resting, thinking desperately what I need to do. I'm just resting and trying to switch my mind off, and then often in those moments I'll suddenly have an idea of the next element that I need for the song, and I'll sort of have the vision of the song in my head and think, I've got the intro, the build up, the drop, the next part, then the third part, and which part's kind of missing an element still, which part needs the most work. And then more often than not, I'll think about what that next element is that could be a perfect fit, that could also be a creative, exciting new element to add. Because that's one of the battles often, is getting all of, when you're composing and arranging, having all of the elements in there, having a great selection of elements that work well together. And it's not like you can get every single element of your song right at the beginning to then all work together straight away. You've got let's say 15 main elements, and you've just picked 15 random ones and suddenly they all work together. You know, that's not really how it works. It tends to be as you're composing and arranging, you'll find yourself, you need a new element here, you'll need a new element there, and then once you've added it in, you can use it somewhere else in the track and it can become part of the narrative, you know. And so adding in that new element and finding the next best element to fit, sometimes choosing the right one can be a real key moment in getting the breakthrough in like a creative block or writing block. And personally, I just find that I come up with these ideas usually when I'm in a state of rest and meditation or stillness and just doing nothing. That's when I tend to get a fresh light bulb idea of like, that I know what I need for that section, you know. So having like this sort of active rest away from producing, but with the back of your mind still on the song and how it can go forward within the same day, I find to be a really great way to make a lot of creative headway in a single day by having sort of production on, production off, rest, and back of your mind thinking of what needs to come next. That's how it works for me. Anyway, that's how I've been producing yesterday and today, and it feels as if that's a key working formula for me that keeps the enjoyment up, keeps the creativity up, and helps me not fall into writer's block that easily. So yeah, feel free to comment down below. Do you do something similar? Have you got another way that you avoid writer's block, or are you struggling with writer's block? Feel free to discuss down below. Would like to hear what your techniques are for producing when you've got a whole day to produce, and would you just sit there all day long and just not come off the computer and just keep going and keep going? Because I know I certainly can't do that, because I will lose my creativity at some point and I'll have to take a rest. But yeah, it'd be great to see what you guys do, how you guys approach this. It would be really interesting to read those comments. Thank you, my G's. Have a great rest of your day. I'll try and come back with something more production specific, synthesis or mix down videos tomorrow. I'll see if I can think of something good. Until then, peace out. Much love.